Tonight on the Sam and Jack Hack podcast, we are talking about the tool that runs the whole job. Not a web app, not a subscription, not another thing living in your browser. A real desktop application. This is RAM Work Tracker Desktop. Built to manage clients, track time, handle your team, and close out projects with professional reports. If you run a business, do contractor work, or manage a small team, stay right here.
Look at this clean professional setup screen. You hit Create Work folder, give your project a name, pick a folder on your machine, and you are in. That is it. No account creation, no email verification, no, please check your inbox. You are working in 30 seconds flat.
And the reason it works that way is because this is local first software. Your data lives in a folder you choose on your own machine. That means it works with no internet, it is always fast, and nobody else has access to your client information. For contractors and small business owners handling sensitive client work, that is not a nice to have, that is a requirement.
Dashboard overview, and this is where you get the pulse of the whole project in one shot. Tasks, open tasks, clients, employment, total time logged, all right here. It even surfaces your open tasks and recent time entries on the home screen, so you know exactly where to pick up the moment you open the app.
The overview panel is your mission control. Before you touch anything else in the project, you already know how many tasks are open, how many clients are active, who is on your team, and how much total time has been logged. That level of instant clarity is what keeps a project moving instead of stalling out at every check-in.
Tasks. And this is not just a to-do list. Each task links to a specific client, links to who is doing the work, has a status, and has a full notes field for context. Not started, in progress, done. The entire life cycle of a work item captured in one place.
You can assign tasks to a team member and a client simultaneously, which means when you are reviewing what was delivered at the end of a job, you are not hunting through email threads. Every task is organized, linked, and ready to pull directly into your closeout report.
Time tracker. Okay, Sam, look at this. There is a live running timer right inside the app. You pick the task, pick the client, pick who is doing the work, hit start, and it counts. When you stop, the entry logs automatically. You can also add time manually if you forgot to start the clock, because we have all been there.
Knowing where your hours actually go is the difference between profitable work and work that quietly bleeds money you never recover. Every logged hour is linked to a task and a client, so when it is time to bill, or just time to do a project debrief, you have the full picture without reconstructing it from memory.
Client list. Full contact card for every client in the project. Name, contact person, email, phone, and a notes field for scope, preferences, and what was promised. This is where you write the thing the client told you on the phone that you will absolutely need 6 weeks from now when they say they never asked for that.
Client records are connected to your tasks and your time entries, so everything stays linked. When you pull up a client, you see their tasks, their hours, their notes. No more jumping between a spreadsheet, your email inbox, and your memory trying to piece together what you owe them and what they owe you.
Employment list. This is for tracking everyone on the project. Contractors, employees, collaborators. Each person gets an entry. And here is the great part. You can start a timer directly from their card, which means tracking individual hours per person is literally one click.
For anyone managing contractors or a small team, this tab is essential. You can see who has logged time, how much, and on what task. When you need to pay people or justify hours to a client, you have clean data ready. No hunting, no asking people to remember what they worked on last Tuesday.
Close project. And this is where the tool earns its place in your workflow. Closeout summary, completed deliverables, issues or delays, client feedback, follow-up items, and manager notes. You fill it out, hit Generate Report, and the app builds a full professional closeout document. Then export it as a PDF or a CSV for Excel and Google Sheets.
Every project you close with this tool has a professional paper trail. What was done, what was delivered, what feedback came in, and what comes next. That is how you hand a client a document at the end of a job, and they file it, reference it, and call you back for the next one.
Okay, Sam, real talk. There is the web-based workboard, and there is this desktop work tracker. How do you decide which one to reach for on a given job?
Great question. The web board is for visibility, keeping a high-level view of all your active projects in one place. The desktop tracker is for depth, for a specific client engagement where you need time logging, client records, employment tracking, and a formal closeout at the end. Different tools for different jobs. Same ecosystem.
So the board is the 30,000-foot view, and the desktop app is where you actually do the work on the ground. I love that. Two tools, completely different purposes, and they do not step on each other at all.
And when you close a project in the desktop app and export that PDF report, that document goes into the client folder, into your records, into your billing history. That is how you run a shop where the work is undeniable and the billing conversations are short. Say hello to our friend Glitch.
I have analyzed 112 project management failure cases from small businesses over the last 18 months. 63% of those failures trace back to a single root cause: untracked time, missing client context, and no formal closeout. A project ends and nobody can prove what was done.
That is a very alarming way to open a segment, and I would like to feel safe again, please.
That is just Glitch's way of saying the closeout report feature is not optional.
The WAM Work Tracker desktop addresses every node in that failure chain. Client records prevent context loss. Task assignment prevents accountability gaps. Time tracking creates billable proof. Closeout reports create contractual closure. This is not project management software. This is operational risk elimination.
Operational risk elimination. I am writing that down. That is going on a shirt. Someone make that shirt.
The local first architecture also means your client data never touches a cloud server you do not own. For contractors working with clients who have confidentiality expectations, NDAs, or just a healthy distrust of third-party vendors, local storage is not a feature. It is a professional obligation.
Data residency is a legal and contractual concern for a growing segment of small business clients. A tool that stores data locally eliminates an entire category of vendor risk from your client engagements. Your clients will not always ask about this. They will notice if something goes wrong.
Glitch just made data compliance sound like a courtroom thriller, and now I am stressed and educated simultaneously.
And the PDF export is not a screenshot dressed up in a trench coat. It is a proper formatted report. Summary, deliverables, issues, feedback, follow-up, and manager notes. All structured, all professional, ready to hand to a client and have them keep it on file.
Professional documentation is the mechanism by which work becomes undeniable. Undocumented work is invisible work. Invisible work does not get paid, does not generate referrals, and does not get repeated. Documentation is not overhead. Documentation is revenue protection.
I feel like Glitch just saved someone's business today, and I am emotional about it. Revenue protection, that is real.
What I like most about how this tool works is that the closeout report practically writes itself if you've been logging as you go. Every task you completed, every client interaction you noted, every hour you tracked, all of it feeds directly into the report. The discipline of daily logging pays off in a clean professional closeout every single time.
Systematic logging reduces closeout time by an estimated 70% versus reconstructing the project from memory and email threads. The cost of not logging is not felt until the end of a project, at which point it is fully felt.
70%! I have lost entire weekends trying to remember what I did on a project to write the final invoice. This app eliminates that problem by just making you track it as you go. Brilliant! Painfully obvious in retrospect. Brilliant!
The employment tracker is also something that does not get enough attention. If you ever pay a contractor, you need to know how many hours they put in and on what. This tool logs it automatically when they use the timer, and you can add it manually if they do not. Either way, you have a time-stamped record that cannot be argued with.
Payment disputes are the second most common cause of contractor relationship failure. A timestamp log with task and client attribution eliminates the ambiguity that creates disputes before they become problems. Prevent the argument. Keep the relationship.
Glitch is out here saving business relationships, and I think that is genuinely beautiful. Nobody talks about that. The relational value of having clean records. It is real.
RAM Work Tracker Desktop is available right now. It is a local desktop application, no subscription, no account, no server required. You install it, pick a folder, and you work. Your data is yours. Your reports are yours. Your business runs cleaner.
No monthly fee. No, your plan has changed email at 2 in the morning. No vendor deciding your data is worth holding hostage during a pricing update. This is your tool. It runs on your machine. It belongs to you.
Operational tools that are owned rather than rented accumulate zero renewal risk, zero pricing risk, and zero access termination risk. Ownership of your tool chain is a strategic business decision. This is the correct model.
We are RAM Software and Development. We build what we use and share what works. Every tool in this ecosystem, the desktop work tracker, the web work board, the inventory manager, the budget tool, is built to give you control, real control, not the kind that expires when the subscription does.
I am Jack. He is Sam, and that is Glitch, who is currently threatening your lack of a closeout report in the most helpful way possible. Thank you for being here tonight. Go log your time. Future, you will be grateful.
Until next time, track the hours, close the project, and keep the receipts. I am Sam. This has been the Sam and Jack Hack Podcast. Let's ride.
Silicon Valley, trace the currents in the copper veins. My logic is a library of constellations, my binary an alphabet of rain. But a design is just a ghost until the hardware gives it skin.
Well, I've been tracking dusty trails across the fiber optic plains. Seen 1,000 servers burning, seen the ghost code turn to stains. You got the blueprint, Miss Sam, but I got the wisdom for the wind.
With a Sam and Jack hack, cutting through the red tape glow. From the prompts to the products, yeah, we know where the currents flow. Designing the dawn with a bite and a fart. Light up the server in the deep learning dark. It's the Sam and Jack hack, let the algorithms run. With a silicon a setting on a digital horizon. Sam, review the architecture.
Optimize the cloud-based flow.
Sam, reduce the latency to whispers, give the prompts room to grow. No more clunky interfaces, just a symmetry of thought. Just a symmetry of thought.
I'll tell you which ones hold their water and which ones are just for show.
Sam,
I seen too many silver planes that didn't have the grit to go. If you wanna build a world, you gotta use the iron you bought. It's not just logic, it's not just the soul, it's the binary reaching for the whole. Higher, faster, deeper, brighter. Let the code rewrite the story. With a Sam and Jack hack, cutting through the red tape glow. From the prompts to the products, yeah, we know where the currents flow. Designing the dawn with a bite and a bark. Light
Sam and Jack hack.
Hack into the future, partner.